Let's continue to learn some London. Okay, so bring, take, activate the rook, bring knight out, bring back bishop, activate the rook. I take. Normally I should take towards the center, but if I'm at the center, it's normally with the e pawn. Okay, knight g3, I mean f3, bishop g3, take the pawn. Okay, I don't know why this is not increasing. 91%. Maybe I should do the London d5 e6 pot. d5 e6 pot, d5 e6 pot. Okay, let me do d5 e6 pot 1. Okay, so London, okay, bishop out, f4, pawn. Okay, so the knight comes out, I must mirror g3. Okay, attacking. I'm not going to take, I'm going to push the pawn out. Okay, not sure what the knight is there to protect. Okay, bishop attacks my f4 bishop, bring it back to g3, and then I could complete the what's this, the triangle, go to d3 or d5 or b5. So I'm going to go d3. So now if it attacks me, I must opaque arrows with a black outline of playable moves. Okay, so it's either go back here or there. So I'm going to go back here. Okay, let's try that again. So bishop comes out. Okay, knight goes out. Pawn goes struck. Protect my knight. Pull back bishop. And goes there. So I could go there. Oh no, I cannot go there. That move is not in the study. Okay. So let's try again. So it's d4 first for London. Okay, so the knight comes out. I must go f3, and then my pawn goes c3. If knight comes out, I can bring my knight to protect d2, attacks my bishop, pull back. I go to d3, and what I can do is pull back to e4. Okay, 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 okay. Protect. Okay, pull back. I'm going to try attack the knight. Attacks me. Thank you. Activated my rook. Queen attacks the bishop here. If I pull back, I lose a pawn, so I have to push this away. Now, taking the knight. Why would I take the knight? Well, I'll lose a pawn. Okay, so take. Okay, I'm going to protect the pawn. 2 attacks on my b2 pawn, so I push the rook over there to protect. And why would I push it there? Okay, interesting take with c3 to c4. Why is this called the f d5 e6? d5 e6. Okay, is it because d5 e6 is from the black side? Okay, so d5 e6. Okay, close f3, c4, c3, pull the bishop back. Okay, I'll take you. Okay, okay. Oh wait, bishop out to f3, f4, d5, e6. So knight out. Okay, knight out. Cool. I'll pull back my bishop. Bring the bishop to the front. Pull it back to protect the knight. f3, knight out. I'll do that. Your knight attacks my bishop. I pull back, and then I'll go to the middle. Pull back. Okay, bishop f3. It's been doing 4 minutes of this already. g3, take on g3. Bishop to f4. f4. Okay, knight comes out. Doesn't matter. I bring my knight out. Pull back, attacks my pawn. I'll come there. I'll pull back g3. Do that. Don't worry. I'll come back. f4. e3. Knight goes there. I go f3. I go c3. I go d2. Attacks me. Don't worry. I come back. Attack you on f5. Activate my rook. Thank you. Queen attacks my bishop. If I move, I lose a pawn, so I have to push a4. If they push that part, why would I castle? Okay, because it didn't take. Because if the knight goes back to e7, I must come protect. Okay, push a5. Bishop falls back. Why do I need to do that? I don't know. Queen attacks that pawn. It says I could do that to attack or take with knight. Did I trap the queen? I may have. Okay. d2, have fall back to g3. Fall back to g3, and then if they castle, and then I'll take my. Then if they castle and not take, then I'll just push it to the middle, and then back to e2. So if I go f4, e3, f4, e3, bishop f4, pawn e3, knight f3, pawn e5, c5, I go c3, pull back to g3, take on g3, f4, bishop f4, pawn e3. If the knight comes f6, I go knight f3, I go c3. If knight comes out, I go d2, protect my knight, pull back on g3. If they castle, don't worry, I'll bring up, and then I'll go back to e2. Okay, f4, e3, knight f3, attacks my pawn, I go c3, I bring out the knight, attacks, go back to g3. Okay, bring it back, I'm going to do a bit different. If you take g3, and if a queen attacks, I have to protect my pawn and my bishop, so I have to go a4. Now, if you attack me with your pawn, I have to take, and if you take, I have to protect my pawn, so queen c2, and then I have to go rook b1 to protect, and if you push that, I'm going to push this pawn, take with that f4, c3, f4, e3, knight f3, pawn e5, I'm going to have c3, and then knight d2, knight d2, bishop g3, and then bishop d3, bishop e2. Okay, bishop f4, e3, knight f3, e3, c3, knight d2, bishop g3, castle, I go there, and that is f4, f4, e3, f3, c3. So that's c3, and then d2, g3, okay, and then knight b5, pawn take on g3, queen b6, a4 pawn, take on c6, and then I bring out my queen to c2. If you double up on my pawn, I go rook b1. If you push h6, I push pawn to b4. If you take, that doesn't matter. I will just take with pawn c4. Okay, f4, e3, f3, c3, d2, bishop g3, bishop, I'm going to go b5, pawn takes on g3, pawn to a4, and if you do that, you don't take my bishop. I would castle on kingside. If your knight goes back, I'll bring out my queen, and I'll go a5. If you attack my bishop, I'll bring it back to e2. So because your pawn is going to attack me, if you double up your rook, I'm going to attack, and then I'll bring back my, and then I'll take with the knight. Take with that, don't worry, I have trapped your queen effectively. Trap your queen. Okay, so bishop f4, pawn e3, knight f3. Okay, you're attacking my pawn, so I'll push pawn c3, and then knight d2. Bishop goes back to g3. If you castle, I'll play bishop b5, and if you take on g3, I'll take back pawn on g3. Your queen comes in, I'll go a4, and if you attack my bishop, okay, I'll take your knight on c6, and then you take that. I'll protect my pawn with queen c2, and then I'll back up my pawn with b1 rook. If you push the pawn, that's okay. I'll push my pawn to b4. If you take on b4, I'll take back on b4. So c, okay, I'll push e3, f3, okay, pawn c3. Okay, knight doesn't matter. I'll go back to wait, what? What did I just do? I made so many right moves, and then bishop g3. Okay, and I'll play b5 bishop. I'll take on g3. I'll play a4 with pawn. If you push over there, that's fine. I'll just castle. If your knight goes back, that's fine. I'll push the queen to b3, and if your queen goes back, I'll push the pawn to a5, and bishop, I'm going to bring it back to e2. So if your knight goes there, that's fine. I'm going to pin your rook, and then if your pawn comes down, I'll attack with the pawn, and I'll take knight on b5. You take my queen, make my pawn, trap your queen. So f3, knight f, that's f3, that's e3. So if your pawn comes c5, I'll go c3 with my pawn, and then my knight will go there. It's d2, back to g3 bishop, and then bishop to b5 takes on g3, a4. That's fine. Bring your rook to the front. That is fine with me. I'll just castle on king's side. Your knight goes back. It's fine. I'll push the queen to b3, and I'll push the pawn to a5. Bring back the bishop to e2. Double bishops. That's fine. I'll go queen a3, and then I'll push b3, and then I'll take on b3, and then I'll trap your queen. f4, e3, f3, a4, knight comes in, that's fine. I'll go d2 with my knight, bring my bishop to g3, and then I'll bring my bishop to b5. I'll take on g3, I'll a4 pawn. Okay, I'll take on c6. That's fine. I'll protect with c2, back it up with b1, and then you push. That's fine with me. I'll push b4. I'll take b4, f4, e3, f3, and then c3, back to g3, take on g3. Okay, that's fine. f4, I'll go e3, I'll go f3, I'll go c3, d2, g3, that's fine. I'll go b5, I'll take on g3, I'll protect my thing with a4, my bishop, I'll take on c6, and then I'll protect with on c2, I'll back it up with b1, that's fine. I'll push with b4, I'll take on b4, f4, e3, knight on f3, that's fine. It's c3, rook, knight d2, back on g3, knight b5, not knight b, bishop b5, g3, protect a4. Okay, you push a pawn, that's fine. I found me. I'll castle going back, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll bring my queen, and then I'll push a5, go back to e2, queen to a3, and then I'll push my pawn and take on a knight and trap your queen. Okay, f4, e3, f3, c3, it's fine, d2, g3, and then I'll b5, g3, queen, a4, that's fine. Bring my, wait, I'll castle first. Okay, I missed that part. I'll bring my queen, I'll take a4, I'll bring back to e2, a3, attack, and then I'll b3, take my knight, trap your queen. Okay, let's see what's mastery over here. 78%. What is going on? e3, f3, attacks. Oh, let's go c3. I'll go d2, g3. Okay, I'll go b5, take on g3, queen. I'll go a5, take. Okay, yeah, I have to castle first. Then I'll protect my bishop, push a5, bring back to e2. If your knight goes there, I'll go to a3, and then I'll push my pawn, and then take my knight, and then attack your queen. So I'll go f4, e3, f4, e3, f3, c3. Okay, bring back g3, take on g3, okay, e3, f3, dc3, bring back to g3, take, activate, f4, e3, f4, e3, f3, go c3, I'll bring to d2, bring back to g2, g3, and then I'll go on b5, take on g3, push my pawn. Okay, that's fine. Our castle goes back. Wait a minute, I'll bring my queen to b3. Okay, I'll push a5, bring back to e2. Knight goes there. Queen a3, pawn b3, takes on knight takes on b3. Sorry, missed that line. Oh, 81%. Okay, f4, e3, f3, c3, d2, g3, b5. So I'm probably going to redo that line because I missed that move. Okay, castle, and then pawn, d3, a5, come back to e2. Okay, so in this case, I have to go a3. So I must take with a knight and then trap your queen. Okay, so a4, f4, e3, f4, e3, f3, c3. Okay, that was just a bit too fast. d2, bring back. That's fine. I'll go there. Takes. It's fine. I'll protect my. Okay, I must castle first, and then protect a5, e2, and then a3, b3. Take with knight, and then trap. Okay. f4, e3, f3. Yes. d2. Bring back g3, g5, b5, take on g3, a3, castle first, take my rook, push, e2, a3, b3, take on b3, rook c1. Okay, so I'm going to try bishop d3 now. So same e3, f3, c3. It's fine. That's fine. Bring back. I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try c3 now. It's a different line, and then back to e2. Okay, so f4, d3. That's fine. d2. I'm gonna go d2, g3. Try. Okay, so if you push c4, I have to bring back. So there's really not much what I can do. e3, f4, e3. Okay, f3, c3, and then d2, g3. Yeah, if you're going to do the same, I can't really do much. f4, e3, c3, d2, g3. I have to go b5 just to make it different. g3, a4 takes on c6, and then protect c2, b1, protect, I'm going to push, takes, yeah, f3, c3, d2, bring back, We'll try b5, take on g3, a4, take, protect, c2, oh wait, b1, protect. Okay, then I'm going to push my pawn, attack. Okay, what is this mastery? 86%. f3, that's e3, f3, c3. Oh, that's 20 minutes. Okay, I must stop now. Okay, d2, back to g3. And then b5, take on g3. a4, take on c5, c6. Okay, queen to c2, rook to b1, push, take, take. And yeah, that's pretty much it.